Welcome back to another episode. Today, I want to take advantage of the fact that I have questions coming in from some of the members in my new community, and I wanted to answer them on video and also help you out at the same time. I'm going to read this question. I was invited to participate in a baby and family expo this Saturday in Ocala. They don't have any midwives or OBs at this event. My client is a doula, but it's an hour away from me. I don't mind the drive, but I'm concerned it may be a deterrent for potential clients that has been in the past. Would you suggest participating anyway? My response was, it sounds like a good opportunity if it's a baby and family expo, especially if you're the only one in the industry. What do you mean by deterrent? Tell me more. She went on to explain it's going to be a promotional fair where most of the people attending will likely be an hour away from her, and she doesn't mind traveling that far for a birth, but her office is an hour away and the distance for potential clients. Her question is, would it be a good investment to participate in an event that far away? Beautiful question. These are so business specific. And whenever I go and speak, a lot of people sometimes get frustrated when I say I need more information, I need more details, I can't give you a specific answer. But this is a perfect case. Because of the work that she is doing as a doula, she's already identifying that the pros are, there's exposure for her. She's the only person there. I don't believe in competition. I feel like we all shine in a different way. However, she did mention that the potential issue would be that it's far. And when you're in labor, it is painful. It is uncomfortable. It is exhausting. Sometimes there's emergencies. And an hour away from a location is pretty far. That is an hour away, I'm assuming, without traffic or accidents or weather issues. When labor happens, labor happens. You cannot plan for it. I mean, you can, but not really. You can try to plan, but nature definitely takes control. Technically, I would say any exposure is great. But if you're already identifying, in this case, distance is an issue for past potential clients. If distance has been an issue because of the type of work it is, a midwife actually helps deliver the baby. The doula helps the mom feel comfortable and advocate for herself. Very different roles. One's an advocate and the other one is the person that assists in the actual delivery. If you tend to be a little bit more natural based, you prefer non-medical interventions, births take a really long time, and you need to go to checkups. A midwife would replace going to your OBGYN. These are people that are looking for more natural ways to give birth, a non-medical intervention, home births, water births, less invasive procedures for the baby. It's a different type of ICA. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if that is the case and it is far away, and I know in this case, my client is also really focusing on wanting to spend more time and be more available to their child because they are a single parent. It doesn't hurt if you have the money and the time. Is it a perfect aligned audience? Listen, a fair for families and babies is a beautiful aligned audience. Here's the thing, don't put energy into places that don't feel comfortable. If you're already looking at the potential non-benefit. Now, if it was free, if you had nothing to do, if you want to take a drive to Ocala, if you want to network with other people that may be there, that may be moving, if you want the experience, I think it's a great opportunity for experience. But if you're watching costs and you're really trying to be intentional with your time and where you're spending your energy with your ICA and your niche, and it already doesn't feel like a good gut feeling, I tend to say trust that gut. I'm usually a person that kind of pushes and challenges, but I think my client might be correct here. If it's not free, if it takes you out of your zone, then probably not. Now, if you can afford to invest to participate, if you want to practice your networking skills, if you want to practice what it is to meet new people, if you want to get your name out there, that's great. But again, if it's not in your area and you really are more of a local business, most likely not the best use of your time. Part of this too is when you're trying to grow, there are a lot of things you have to do. There are a lot of things that you should do. There are a lot of things that you should show up and do for free, or at least do it very strategically if it's going to, practice your skills, if it's going to increase your expansion of networks. It's great for practice. But if you're trying to be intentional and your time is scarce and your funds are scarce, I would probably lean toward not the best thing to do if it is so far. Now, if it was a local event, absolutely, hands down. If there was a way or an opportunity to connect with other similarly aligned individuals or businesses that would be closer that you can collaborate with? Absolutely. But again, because I know this particular client, this particular circumstance that I can answer is really looking to stay more local, has been adamant that wants to stay, more in the surrounding area, wants to be available and flexible, doesn't want to have to drop everything and really be able to focus on being a parent, I would say trust your gut and skip this one. But be on the lookout for others, and really great that you're actually getting invited to some of these events. It's happening. Be happy about that.